Cool.
Um,
Wait, real quick.
what happened?
I'm really excited to be back here. So,
Be back here? What do you mean be
I
back?
mean, I know it's our show. I'm just saying,
What's
like
my show?
oh shit.
My show.
Okay, right.
I'm
You're
just
right.
kidding. No, but
Don't speak
what do you
until I'm
mean?
talking to. Right.
Yeah. See,
You're
you
not
remember.
wrong. I'm learning.
You're
I'm
good
learning.
at that.
Where's our apology jar though?
That's a good point.
Ah, look at
Here it
you.
is.
Look at what the
We'll
fuck.
use this.
It's got a tennis ball in it.
Yeah, your homie fucking hit all of them over the fence.
That fool got he been working out. That's why.
No, but I forgot he was
He's
injured.
trying
It
to.
was my fault. I got upset with him because he wasn't trying, and I realized he was injured because he had a surgery. Right, that's my bad. Yeah, no, you're right.
Oh fuck.
Right, yeah, my fault. I'm
I
like telling
forgot
him, I'm like,
about
bro, like
that.
fucking run. Can you run back and forth? And he's got a fucking broken ankle and shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
No, we do need to get an apology jar, right? Because no, no apologizing in here.
Yeah, you're gonna run
If
me
you're
my
wrong,
money.
you're wrong. That's it. Move on. You know.
Oh shit. All right.
It do no. Well,
So fuck opinions. It's just facts here. That's
yeah,
what you're
because
telling me.
the feelings don't care about your facts.
Bars.
Or sorry, I said it backwards. I meant to
No
say
facts,
the facts
no
don't care
feelings,
about your
some
feelings.
shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, the facts don't care about your feelings. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Doing well.
That's good. It's a
Yeah.
nice day, huh?
Oh, it's a gorgeous day, man.
God, it looks so nice outside.
It's fucking Los Angeles next to what are we? We're in spring? Yeah, we're in spring.
We just hit spring, yeah.
Yeah, we just hit spring. There you go. Look at your leaves. They're turning yellow.
Dude, I have some really bad news.
What?
I think I have to start over my bonsai tree.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, my seeds, man. I didn't let them germinate long enough. I fucked up.
Did you do your research, or were you just like, I'm gonna grow a fucking bonsai tree?
Well, at first I was like, I just want to grow a fucking bonsai tree. Then I did my research, and then I realized, oh, this is like raising another life form.
Yeah.
Like a child. You have to you have to nurture it. You have to help it grow and mature. It just takes longer to mature. And then you can literally choose its gender when it's ready.
No fucking way.
You basically like...
I mean, in today's age, you could choose its gender, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I have to start over. I have to go get some new seeds, and I have to germinate them. It says I have to germinate them, which is the process of...
You know
like,
how expensive those seeds are?
well, you know what? The Amazon
Those
package
shits are
came with
expensive.
It wasn't that much. It was like $35, $40. With
$35 for some seeds.
No, but they came with the kits to start, right? It came with
Okay.
like little clippers, really like nice, cool clippers. And then it came with it came with 4 pots. I gave my buddy he got the other 2.
Yeah, how's his bonsai trees doing?
He's not, I don't remember. I asked him about it the other day, and I told him I had to start over.
What did he tell you?
He said
He said like everything else in your life, or what?
No, he said everything is. He said it's going good. I'm just not. I don't remember exactly if he knows what stage they're in, but they're in the beginning because he just recently sowed them and he let them germinate for about. I think he said 2.5 weeks, maybe 3, almost. I think.
Yeah.
I think, but
I had a plant once upon a time.
once, yeah, I should get a. That's why I want to grow a bonsai.
Yeah, I was seeing this girl, very very plant girl, like super plant girl.
Poison ivy looking ass.
Poison ivy looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the point was that like I was finding my nature qualities, I guess you could say.
Your nature qualities.
My nature qualities.
Yeah.
So this is around the time my mom started a garden as well, actually.
Yeah.
So I was helping my mom garden,
Yeah.
and then I was growing this plant.
Yeah.
And I did a pretty good job with the plant, but in the end,
Everything
the
died.
plant didn't work out. She didn't work out. Shit happens.
Well, it's not like having a pet, right? Yo, like for sure. I have to start over and I have to get some new seeds, sow them again, and it says that I have to germinate them for up to 4 weeks,
right?
And then after 4 weeks, the seeds that are still sitting at the bottom, I can plant those.
Okay.
And I got kind of excited. I'm like, all right, I'll let them germinate for a week or so. I think I let up maybe a solid week go by.
Nice.
And I was like, well, they're at the bottom of the water. You put them in water, and then they get, I don't know, acclimated or something to the temperature.
Okay.
Because it depends on whether it's going to be indoor or outdoor, and how long can it be inside before it's indirect sunlight or indirect sunlight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this seems like a whole process, obviously. But I was like, all right.
So you were just being fucking lazy.
No, not lazy. I got too excited because I was like, man, I really want to plant these already.
Right.
And I didn't. I just didn't
Do you,
wait.
do you know how long they take to grow?
Uh, for them to start budding, up to
Yeah.
maybe about 3 months.
Yeah. So patience is a virtue.
That's why I got them.
And you were so excited to grow
Yeah,
them,
because I'm like,
but
damn, I want to
you don't
hurry
even
up.
understand how long they
I was
take to
watching these
grow.
YouTube videos, like this chick is like bending it to its will and
So what
shit.
you're saying is you were very impulsive with your buy.
No, with the sowing of the seeds.
No, but with the buy too. Like you just watched a YouTube video and you were like, all right, I'm gonna grow a bonsai tree.
No,
That's impulsive.
I was watching YouTube videos after I got the seeds. I wasn't watching them before.
Okay.
In my head, my impression was that I just buy the seeds and just plant them. Like it's got to be that simple. Like
Yeah.
you just put it in dirt and you water it a little bit every day.
Right.
And you give it some air and some sunlight and that's it. And then
Clearly didn't go down like that.
I went down a rabbit hole. A fucking bonsais. I'm like, fucking A. Like, all these people have like certain techniques to growing a bonsai, but there's only like one.
Yeah.
There's like.
I mean, they're a rarity, bro. They are a rarity for a reason.
Rarity. I'm not sure.
No, they're a rarity.
There's like different
They're
species.
mad expensive.
Yeah, depending on what stage of maturity you buy them, right?
That's my point. It's a rarity.
I wouldn't buy one.
You gonna show me a fucking pamphlet? What are you doing?
Because this is the pamphlet that came with the kit, and I got the Norway spruce.
It's purple.
And the Royal Poinsettia. Which is this red one.
Oh, yeah, it's
right. So it says I have to germinate the seeds for 3 to 5 weeks, right? And I only waited a week.
Why?
Because I was excited to grow them.
So you knew the process.
I forgot. I'll be honest.
Well, then you're a fucking idiot,
dude. Because
that's my point. You did something really impulsive. Like you were like, all right, I'm gonna just do this. But even though you did your research, right? But you didn't follow the protocol. Like there's a reason that this protocol is in place.
I didn't finish following protocol. Yeah. Well, the seeds.
So you deserved it. That's what you're telling me.
Because the seeds. There were a lot of the instructions were like, yeah, if the seeds are at the bottom, you can use those, and like sowing them and like close enough together but not too close, or they don't grow well enough or something. It's like, okay. And then I'm like, I just don't give a fuck. Like I just want to plant this and grow, and that should. But now like I have more like, appreciation for the art, because a lot of it is trying and failing.
Right.
And
it's like our podcast.
Yeah. Well, we haven't failed yet.
Yeah, but we're slowly declining into that position.
You think so?
No, I'm just fucking around. No, I agree with you. I mean, a lot of life is trial and error, anyways. So I'm not giving you shit because your plans failed. I'm giving you shit because you didn't follow.
You were giving me
protocol.
shit. I thought you were being funny.
Oh no! I was giving you shit. Like you're an idiot. Why would you spend $35 and then have to do it all over again? That sucks.
No, it doesn't. Like it's not like you just buy a dog, it dies, and you try again.
Yeah, you do.
What?
Most of the time, people end up doing it that way. Trust me.
I don't know about that, but no. What I'm saying is,
I mean,
the
you love
process
to do
of
dog
growing a
as much
bonsai
as possible, but
yeah, true. The process of growing a bonsai apparently is like this, endeavor, right? Because they live much longer than you will, right? They live up to centuries.
So you want to leave your bonsai tree to your child, your next heir?
No, it'd be kind of cool if it's buried, if it's planted on top of where I'm buried. Yeah.
You ever seen The Promised Neverland?
The anime?
Yeah.
No, I haven't, but it kind of intrigues me.
Okay.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. But anyways, I'd say that because when people die in that show, right?
Yeah.
They get a fucking flower planted into their sternum right here. And if it grows, it means that like you're a cannibal. Like, well, not you're a cannibal, but you're able to be eaten by the bigger people. I don't want to ruin shit. Yeah, I'll tell you. I don't want to ruin shit.
That sounds hilarious.
But the point is just that it was just interesting that you said that you wanted to like be buried with you, because that's how I pictured it. Which is why I laugh, because I'm like, I'm gonna put a fucking bonsai tree in this guy's sternum.
Yeah, I hope I turn into that avatar tree. The large avatar tree. That'd be
dope.
sick. You can connect yourself to me, and I'll share my thoughts and shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what they do in the Avatar. Remember?
I know that's what they do in the Avatar, but you're not an Avatar. Respectfully,
I'll be one. I'll become one if I plant it.
You're gonna go to You gonna go live with Tibetan monks or what?
Nah, that's just something.
Nah, you couldn't do that shit.
I don't know. It seems kind of boring. Just meditating all day.
It's a higher level of enlightenment, though.
Higher enlightenment looks boring.
No, higher enlightenment.
If you just sit around and just be a spirit all day and shit, just looking at shit all day, you're just like, oh, let me go see what the fuck is going on over here.
You just appreciate everything around you.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
See, this is the problem with today's generation, right?
What do you think is the problem?
We're stuck so much on like technology and what we're able to just have at our disposal that we don't search for other things outside of that.
Why haven't we been to the moon since the last time?
Because we got kicked off the moon.
Who kicked us off? The aliens?
The aliens, yeah. You don't think so?
I don't know so, bro. Do you believe the moon landing is fake? Serious question.
No, I don't believe the moon landing is fake.
No, you think it's real? We did visit it.
I think we visited.
We've been there many times, I believe.
And I think the transcripts that came out of going to the moon, I think those are fake. Because I believe that we did have contact, right? So it's some crazy science shit, right? But
all right, tell me.
anyways, so not science, but conspiracy. But I believe that we did have contact with aliens, and then we came back, right? And we shared that, obviously, with the president, and then we made a peace treaty with the aliens. And I don't know what the peace treaty is, but I think a part of it has to do with like technology, 100%.
Yeah, like
I mean, we just had such a big jump.
Like, what is this fucking smartphone thing we walk around with in our pockets?
No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say smartphone, but I would say, well, yeah, maybe smartphone. I just think there's so many, like the improvements in science, right?
Yeah.
Some of that shit just doesn't
make sense to you?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
I think we've come a long way in a good way.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, have you heard of these things called Nifties?
Nifties.
What are they called? NFTs?
NFTs. Yeah,
that's the way to say it. A nifty. NFT.
Oh, it's a nifty.
Yeah, it's a play on words, right?
How do you say GIF? Is it a GIF or a GIF?
Don't ask me. I call it a GIF. A GIF. I don't know.
I call it a GIF.
I
could be wrong.
I call it whatever the situation calls for.
So an NFT is known as a nifty.
It's a non-tangible token.
Non-tangible token. So wouldn't it be NTT?
No, a I said non. What did I say?
Non-tangible token.
Non-tangible. No, non-fungible.
Non-fundable token. Okay.
Not non-fundable. Non-fungible. Non-fungible. FUNGIBLE.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's basically like a derivative of Ethereum.
Okay.
Like
I actually own Ethereum.
Nice. Yeah. Everybody does nowadays. Everybody's a crypto.
I hope you do. Everyone's following, the hedge fund. This is the guy to know, by the way. This is the tax man right here.
The tax man. The tax evader.
Don't incriminate him for that. That's a lie.
No, it's not.
Oh, shit.
Just kidding.
Feel free to incriminate him then.
So they're selling these things called NFTs.
Yeah.
That as digital works of art that you can own.
Okay.
So, what do you consider a work of art?
Myself.
Interesting. Fantastic.
What do you mean?
No, okay, then if you're a piece of art, what are you worth?
I'm like, I ain't gonna say I'm not a 10. You're I think there's levels.
No, I'm saying shit. What are you worth?
No, I know, but this is what I'm making it. So, I think I'm an 8. So, I don't know, maybe. I think I'm an 8 for sure.
What are you saying?
I'm a work of art. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a fucking Picasso, but I'm pretty. Man, I ain't
what
that
I'm
far
asking
off.
you is what you're.
I know.
Okay.
I understand. Okay. I'm gonna give you a value. That's my point.
Continue. Sorry. Elaborate on what you mean about your sexy.
Yeah. What'd you say? You said sorry.
Sexiness. I said.
No. The one before that, you didn't say sorry.
No, I was saying.
I thought you said. Where's the apology jar?
Let's put it in this red cup.
All right.
We'll add it up.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think. I don't know, because didn't the biggest one recently sell for like 6.6 million? Or like the highest NFT go for that much?
Yeah,
money?
Some guy named Beeple.
Beeple.
That's his name, his artist name, Beeple. He sold this.
Oh, the artist. Okay.
Yeah, an NFT where it's like it's a digital moving piece of art, and the way it works is, from what I remember that I read, It's like a unique piece of art with its own, address or whatever, and it's made on a blockchain, so it's unique.
Yeah.
And there can be multiple of the same art, but each of them are unique on the blockchain. So you can own, let's say, like this piece of art, like if it was a NFT. This is not the original, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. The original would be whatever it's worth.
The original is.
Yeah, and that's what this is, like owning. If NFT is like owning the actual painting.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
So I'd be 3 million, just so you know.
You'd be what?
My value, I would be 3 million.
That's it?
Yeah. I mean, well, the highest one so far is going for 6.6. So, yeah.
No, but
I'm an 8.
If your life is only worth $3 million, that's not a lot of money.
Yeah, you got a point.
So I thought you would have aimed higher. What I'm saying
maybe
is,
I hate myself.
Well, I don't know. Then you should have just said I'm priceless. So NFTs, they are like this new wave of like crypto currency. Essentially, this is not anything new in my opinion, because people have been trading virtual items for a long time. People have been buying. No, I mean like in video games and
Oh yeah. True.
Like if anybody is familiar with like Counter-Strike Go, or
CS:GO, yeah.
CS:GO, they have these skins that I'm familiar with. I know that there's been other video games that do this. I think Team Fortress 2, it's a game by Valve.
Okay.
They have skins as well that they trade on an open marketplace.
TF2's fire, yeah.
Right. They sell these virtual skins for real money for hundreds of thousands of dollars for owning these skins that you can use.
Pros have been banned because they literally took a wager where they flopped the game.
Hey man,
this is a CS:GO player.
No, yeah, it doesn't. It's
Prodigy,
not,
such a shame. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm that they would cheat, because like I mean, a lot of money's on the line. Yeah. A lot of people do things for a lot of money.
No, but I'm saying they like these pros joined like a bullshit tournament, right? But it was like advertised because they were going to be in the tournament.
Okay.
And they purposely lost the tournament for skins, and they were banned for it.
Yeah, I mean, I would ban them too, because you're rigging a game. That's cheating. You're rigging a game. Now,
skins weren't even that pretty, anyways.
Well, again, see, that's the big issue. I mean, that's not an issue, but it's an opinion of like, well, what the fuck is it worth? Like, why it's an ugly, like to us, it's like you said, it's an ugly piece of skin,
right?
But it's worth so much, and to you, you think to yourself like, why the fuck is it worth so much?
Do you know what the NFT was? That was 6.6 million.
Yeah.
What it looked like?
Yeah. It's like people walking in a park, and there's like something in the background, and there's like a Twitter bird that comes by and does like a small little tweet.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, here. Just type in Beeple 6.6.
Beeple?
Yeah, BEEPLE.
All
right. I'll maybe try to put it up on the podcast.
Fucking, we should invest in NFT at this point. Jesus Christ, 6.6.
I have a buddy of mine who bought one yesterday for $1,100.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What did he buy?
What did he buy?
Yeah, what did he buy?
An NFT?
No, but like, what does it look like?
I'll show it to you in a bit. But here, look, this is
Yeah, these are crazy.
Let me see.
So this is the new way to sell art, huh?
It is a way to monetize art nowadays. Yes. It's not anything new to me. It's just a new way of selling something unique, in my opinion.
Right.
And like, again, you said like there's some things that don't look any good. I was having this discussion with a friend of mine. I was like, yo, he's telling me like, look, I don't like any of these artists.
Yeah.
And I told him it's not about you liking the art. It's about
what the art makes you feel.
No, it's about what it's worth. It's about what it's worth. All right.
No, well.
Yes, because if you're trying to make money,
okay,
and this is a type of currency that people consider it as, because that's what it is. You're trading a form of currency that we put value on, right? Like the dollar is backed by gold, or it's not gold. It's backed by gold anymore, right? I'm tripping. And I don't believe it is, and so. It's like this craze. Like people are trading these video clips worth tens of thousands of dollars. You know which ones have the biggest value right now? The sports. Bro, sports. These motherfuckers, bro, they drop racks, bro. These are whales, mega whales, right? We're talking krakens. Do you know what I mean? Like people who just spend money like on the drop of a dime. Like they'll drop 10K.
So what? Like all I gotta do is edit a clip, make it like a GIF, and then sell it. Is that what you're telling me?
You don't own that clip,
right?
You don't own the GIF either. I mean, you own the GIF you made, but the clip you used to make that GIF is not yours.
Right.
And you don't have the data or the metadata, or the actual signature of that. You own it, right? It's whoever the rights.
So you're telling me like the NBA person that like does all the camera work and shit, right? Like they're owning these clips and they're just selling them for their own profit.
No, you create these clips on a blockchain, right? Okay. And then these unique nifties have like their own place in the blockchain. If I'm getting this correctly,
right?
That's what makes them unique, because there's only so many of them. Like again, like if they're printed out, like
I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna try to finesse the system, honestly.
Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, they all have value, but they're just pieces of cardboard. Right. Some of the most valuable ones are some of the earliest cards, right?
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
If it's first edition mint, it's I think worth like it. There's some that you can get in a structure deck from the earliest ones. It's worth way more, I believe, outside of the box. I think, rather than the whole deck itself.
Oh yeah. You're talking like what Asmon did when he found the Spectral Tiger recently.
Exactly. Oh, okay. So that Spectral Tiger, perfect example, right? World of Warcraft. Do you want to explain this? Because you know more about World of Warcraft than I do.
Yeah, sure. So basically, in game there is a mount, which is something that people are allowed to ride in game, and it's one of the most sought after mounts. To the point where people will pay like $10,000 like cash for it. Anyways, it's because back in, I believe, 2004, 2005, somewhere around there, World of Warcraft was so popping in their popularity and their consistent subscribers that they actually ended up making a World of Warcraft trading card game, which is known as WoW TCG. And in the trading card game, they had special items that you could redeem in-game. So some people that were lucky enough to get the Spectral Tiger, I think there was only like 5% of them in the world or something like that, which is why people pay up to $10,000 because it's a very coveted item. I found like a fucking nerd, but yeah, found like a fucking nerd. But yeah, in conclusion, it's just something that people will pay for, and which is kind of like an NFT because it's.
But why is it so coveted?
Well, that's coveted because it's very rare.
How rare is it?
Like 5% in the game. Like of all of the game, and this is back when I don't remember what their highest count was, but I think it was like 3 million subscribers at one point.
Okay,
something like that.
Yeah, and
that's
so
pretty fucking intense. So 5% of 3 million.
So do you see what? It's interesting that we've like and it's a unique card to that person. That code is unique. Everything is unique.
Yeah,
it's exactly that, but in a digital.
The Holy Grail.
In a digital form, it's incredible that I think we've found new ways to monetize things. And really find, like, interesting, in my opinion, like, ways of not only communicating with each other, but exchanging information and data, right? Like, the Bitcoin thing, like, I don't really know, like, too much about Bitcoin.
Right.
But I know enough that to know that it is, like, a volatile thing that is, meant to help make transactions easier, a way to do peer-to-peer things.
I mean, that's from the get-go, that was pretty much the gist of it.
And now, you can monetize just about anything, right? The other day I found out you can monetize your tweets.
Say less. I got tweets from like 2008.
Yeah, you can monetize your tweets. So Jack Dorsey's tweet from 2006.
Oh, I saw you retweet that.
Right. That dude is selling that tweet with his signature on it, right, as the owner.
Yeah.
For $55,555.
Just
right?
See, but this is the thing, right? Like, we are in the age of technology, bro. We really are. This shit is nuts that you can, like you said, you can literally monetize anything that you want to, and someone will buy it. We're in the age where it's actually okay to say that there is a market for literally anything. So if you're broke, that's on you. Myself included. Like, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm broke, but I'm not living up to the full financial ability that I could be in this age.
Yeah, for sure. We have a long way to go because we're a quarter in, and most of that time has been.
Who's a quarter in?
We are kinda.
Like in our life?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'd die in like 10 years.
No, I meant
10, 15, something like that.
No, I meant more like just how much time we've been on Earth.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But anyways, NFTs, man, these things are really interesting to me, man. Some of these works of art are incredible, right? They go for right now. There's like a small boom in them,
right.
People are like really getting into them, and I'm kind of excited about it as well because to me, I like owning something unique.
Yeah.
And if it's something tangible or something I can see or watch, because like I've spent so much money on virtual items on video games,
right?
But you can't trade it or sell it or do anything like that. Like we're familiar with FIFA, right? Ultimate Team.
How fucking Ultimate
trash it is. How horrible the fucking mechanics and the antics.
It's addicting though.
Because it's designed that way.
It is.
It's designed so that
it's to gamble with your brain.
It's crazy that like I've spent so much money on these cards that are not real,
right?
But I can't do anything with them because they're stuck in a previous game, and that game no longer is supported.
Damn, that's some real shit,
right? So think about it.
Think about, sorry, but swear jar, apology jar. You make me think about like back in FIFA 18. We're on 21 now.
Shit, I'm thinking back to 14.
Yeah, but for me, like back in FIFA 18, I spent about $500 of like real world cash on virtual items that I have never used since FIFA 19 came out.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Like actually crazy.
You think about, and then in a couple of years, it might not even be supported anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, true.
Like, is that so? There must be some worth, but like, what if like your Google account? A lot of people have their Gmail tied to a bunch of shit. Like, if their company just decided to, obviously they're too big to fail.
Right.
But if they did shut down,
right,
there goes your Gmail, there goes everything you save in your cloud, because they do that for you, right?
Yeah.
All that.
A lot of YouTube accounts are through Google as well.
Right. Well, they own YouTube. Right.
Yeah.
So all of that, like being tied to the internet,
and that's the scary part of it, because like, what if someone was to get all that data and just destroy your life like that in a heartbeat?
Doxing people, like releasing everybody's personal information, that is dangerous and very illegal. Anonymous. Well, I mean, they say they're doing it for the greater good.
Yeah. Right? No, I mean, I think they are. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't really keep up with them anymore. I'm not sure who they are anymore. I thought they were something, but now I don't know what it is, because it's, I don't know what they're up to. Like, what the fuck do they do? Like, are they just there? Are they just on their computer, like looking for people to like revolt against or something? Like, are they FBI informants? Are they?
I don't think they're FBI informants.
Are they like? Do they work for themselves? Are they ex-military?
Yeah, I think what they are is like. I mean, obviously, I don't know, right? But this is pretty much everyone's viewpoint of them, that they're like very serious hackers, like from the first days of hacking, right? And that they've brought in people of the modern era.
Yeah.
And that they're just trying to expose all the corruption in the world. I mean, I don't know if you remember when Epstein got put in jail, that his little black book came out, and like it was said that Anonymous leaked that. And there were some crazy fucking names, some crazy names on there that you would be like, wait, how? Why? I think that's the problem, right? Is that we look at so many of these very powerful people, celebrities included, and we try not to like judge them for or not that we try not to. We don't judge them for what they are behind the scenes. We only see them what they are as like when they're out in person and doing their whole celebrity act. But if you've met some of these people, which I have, you would know like these people are not good people, man.
Well, most actors are broken inside, and some of them are the best actors.
That's not a fucking excuse.
An excuse for what? To be
a shitty human being.
I don't know. I don't really care for them. I mean, they can do their thing.
I agree, and see that's the thing is I'm kind of the same way. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a time where I would read People magazine to find out the latest shit.
Weirdo, fucking nerd.
Yeah, maybe a nerd. Maybe I grew up with women in my household. Suck a dick. Either way.
People magazine.
People magazine. Disgusting. Like I said, the point is that there's so much influence that they give into the world that people will turn a blind eye like nothing. Influencers as well. I mean, not just like celebrities, but these TikTok influencers, these YouTube influencers. I know people that have told me firsthand that like sexual abuse is very high in those areas. Let's just put it that way.
Where were you going with this?
I was just saying that, we're just in an age of crazy technology. I don't know where the fuck I was going with it.
No.
Maybe I was just rambling at that point.
No, I was just saying that.
There was a reason I said it, though. I was going to tell you why.
About shitty human beings and celebrities? But yeah, no, then the whole Nifty thing got away from us because there's now this idea that if it's just a fad, right, like are people just getting into it because that's just what it is, and like,
I mean, they said cryptocurrency would be a fad.
That's
now
true.
Look at the world.
Yeah. Well,
so and this might be the time to get into Nifty if you're really wanting to get into Nifty.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. For sure. Yeah, I think it's one of those times where you think to yourself, you're like, damn, I should have bought Bitcoin at $1.
Oh, man.
And now
I would have bought Bitcoin at 50.
Shit,
compared to what it's worth now.
If I was more
easy
aware of how that worked at the time and maybe a little bit riskier, it would be a different story, but I don't really think about it like that anymore.
You got to join Genesis.
Genesis? What is that? Is that a type of coin or a
no, it's a Discord of very powerful people in the industry, but people that want to see like shit go the right way. So they're leaking a lot of secrets.
What?
Part of the Genesis, bro. Part of the Genesis. This is why I've been investing in stocks, because Genesis.
You're disgusting. Will you please let me borrow a small loan of $1 million?
Yeah, I will when I get there.
When you get there, yeah, because
I'm gonna be a fucking millionaire.
Yeah, I'm down to be a millionaire, just not in California.
Yeah. No, I'm not living here. Every person that knows me knows I will leave.
California is coming back, though. I mean, Los Angeles is coming back. We're bouncing back, and we're gonna bounce back hard.
Fuck. I don't even like. Within the next 4 years, I will not be in California.
You're just gonna leave?
Yeah.
Well, that's true. You are replaceable.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, I can
everybody is.
No, I mean, I'm down to live in California the rest of my life, but I'd be down to live like in Europe or somewhere else, like in the Netherlands, somewhere maybe. I'm saying all this, but I've never been to these places, and what the fuck do I know? So
I mean, I've visited Netherlands.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Most of Europe.
To go visit.
I'll school you on some shit.
No, I mean, I want to live comfortably in an area where I don't have to worry about wildfires, floods. I guess earthquakes, but earthquakes are
inevitable.
I mean, yeah.
That's geography in general.
And we live on top of a fault line, so at any moment we'll just be submerged, bro. We'll be Atlantis. You know what I mean?
I mean, it depends how big it is, but yeah.
No, it's gonna be big. Like if that's.
How do you know it's gonna be big?
Cause we're
San Andreas Fault.
Yeah, bro. I remember when I learned about this, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
what was it? 6.7, I believe.
It has to be like. The tectonic plates only have to shift like just enough, like inches, for us to die. You know what I mean? To us to get submerged, and you're like, yeah, fuck it, I'm down. I know how to swim.
Imagine we had an earthquake right now.
Even then, this episode wouldn't go up.
You don't know that.
That's true. I would upload the video from my phone or something, satellite, right? Because satellite.
While you're like crushed, you're like, I gotta get it out.
Yeah, like this is the final. This is a secret episode. No, we'll hide it behind a Patreon or a payment wall. Like if y'all want to see this, yeah, it'll be behind a paywall. Yeah, no, Texas. I'd be down. Nevada.
Texas? We were just talking about fuck Texas last episode.
You know what?
What are you talking about? Was it 2 episodes ago? Might have been 2.
Bro, Texas is still a dope place. You have
good food out there.
You know, and they just
amazing.
They just took away the state mandate for masks. What's your opinion on that?
I think that's stupid.
Why do you think it's stupid?
Because, like, I think if you have been around people that have had COVID, right, and have unfortunately been in the position where they had to be hospitalized, you would know how stupid it is that they're taking away masks in Texas. It's just dumb, man. I mean, it's just dumb. Like, and then it doesn't help because these fucking people, right? Like, Texas really isn't that far off from California, bro. You could drive. You could do a drive. And these people can come here. And then they can give us COVID again, all over. This shit spreads like wildfire. There's a reason to it. Like right now, honestly, if I haven't literally been seeing you throughout pretty much all of COVID, and, you know, we've gotten tested multiple times, right? If I haven't seen you throughout, like, I would have a mask on if I was even here, and I'd probably be like 6 feet back. I'd probably be like all the way over here.
Yeah, COVID is real.
Actually, it's a little farther back.
COVID is real. That shit is...
COVID is very real.
Yeah.
Very real.
Don't get me wrong. I don't believe it's not real. I just... My opinion on him removing the mask mandate, I don't know. It seems to be blown out of proportion.
It's not blown out of proportion.
What I'm saying is like...
What the fuck are you talking about? How do you get COVID?
No. Blown out of proportion part of the mandate being ended. Like he said, it's a statewide mandate. I mean... If you, technically speaking,
I wonder what Asman
Los Angeles has been in lockdown since March. Okay, yeah. We've been in lockdown since March, but clearly we're not just.
I mean, we deserve it.
What I'm saying is that the mandate that I get it. You know,
right.
You shouldn't be walking into crowded areas, at least without a mask, right?
Yeah.
Outside, if you're like,
we were protesting with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, there were a lot of people protesting, and you know, people were all close together and stuff. I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I wish I knew more about how it worked, and like, I mean, more in the sense that like, we can't seem to agree that, you know, taking care of your health is more important than, you know, not going to work and stopping the economy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is the government not promoting ways to better your health, your health?
Okay.
Like daily exercise, you know, some kind of diet routine, or not routine, but like just being conscious of what you eat. Because I do believe.
So you're saying that you believe people. I mean, well, it's technically true, right? Like when your immunity is down, you're more susceptible to getting any type of sickness. But you're saying that people that really just don't take care of themselves, like, are the ones who fuck themselves over? Is that what you're saying?
Not fuck themselves over, but essentially, yeah. Like if you don't take care of your immune system, you're more susceptible to getting sick.
Of course.
And that's just the idea that
even like you and I, like, I can honestly say, on one hand, the amount of times I've actually been sick in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a very strong immune system.
Okay.
And even then, this scares the living shit out of me.
I'll be honest. In the beginning, I was paranoid. Paranoid, not afraid. I was more afraid of getting sick enough that I would have to go to the hospital. And then the hospitals, because in the beginning, nobody knew how to handle this, right?
Right.
There have been many things that people have done and then gone back on, and then we figured out better ways to treat it. And we basically have a vaccine.
It was trial and error, man. It's as simple as that.
Right. So, you know, I was afraid of having to go to the hospital and being one of the deaths because, you know, I was mishandled or mistreated, because not not on purpose, but because we didn't know enough.
We didn't have the knowledge.
Yeah, not enough information about the virus or how it worked or spread. You know, we knew a little bit, but a lot of it was, you know, initial studies and stuff like that.
That's crazy. I've never even. I didn't think about it like that, but
yeah. So I wasn't. I was like, I'm like, it's fine if I get sick. It's just like the point is, if I get sick and I have to go, like again, like if I get sick enough and I have to go to the hospital, that's gonna fucking suck. Like already, I don't like going to the hospital because it just seems like a drag. You know, it just seems like a drag. Like I'm being like lazy about it, but it seems like a drag. I mean, you know, you have to go get checkups, check on your health. But I feel pretty healthy, relatively speaking, right? For my age, like I don't, you know, do extreme things to put my health in danger.
I agree.
Like I'm not, like I like alcohol, but I don't drink to the point where could be potentially damaging
your liver
or myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't really like them.
Yeah, I don't either.
My diet is okay. I eat what I want while being conscious of what I'm eating and working out enough that I don't consume more. I mean, sometimes I consume more calories that I burn.
Right.
But I'm not consistent with it all the time, but consistent enough that I'm like aware, right? That I need to maintain some fitness level.
Right. But this is the biggest problem, right? Is that so many people passed away because obviously their immunity was low, but also because, like, you know, nutrition plays a big part into your immunity.
Correct.
100%. And when you're an older person, you just can't fill up with the same nutrition that you can as a 22-year-old, 23-year-old, right? And so that's the biggest thing. It's sad that so many people passed away. It really is.
Yeah.
But it was more of the way a lot of people thought about it was like, okay, well, like these people are a lot older, like it makes sense why they're going, all that, right? But the scary part to that is that the thing was that it was going to mutate as a virus. That was the problem, right? And that was the biggest thing because so many people believed that they were like, well, I'm young, I don't need to deal with that shit, I'm good, I'll be fine, right? But now it's mutated. It's mutated into our fucking age.
I don't know if it works.
No,
like that.
It does work like that. It's a virus. It mutates.
No, I'm saying that I don't think it works into our age. Yeah,
it has. It 100% has. I know someone that was really close to.
Yeah.
And she had no health problems. So trust me, it's mutated really badly. But the point is just the fact that like we would have never got here if people put a fucking mask on and followed their protocols. That's all you had to do. It's literally all you had to do. I was stuck in my house for I can't even tell you how long. I was losing my fucking mind, and I get it. We all lose our mind because we need that human affection, you know, like it gets lonely, all that, right? Yeah, whatever. Sure. But the problem is just that it was going to mutate, and that's where we're at now.
Okay.
Because people didn't follow shit.
I think it's a little more complicated than that.
No, it's really not though. That's crazy shit. I mean, I feel you.
Well,
but no.
The
point is that Texas, right? They're really going to fuck themselves over because now they're going to get an even heavier level of mutation, and we're going to see the next couple of months how bad they fuck themselves over.
I don't think
you will. You will.
No, I mean, we'll find out in a couple of months if it. But
now, bad. Actually, yeah. Let me, because I keep forgetting that we now have a vaccine, right? So we're in the right direction, but even the vaccine, like it's for specific mutations. Like if it goes to a different one, now you're not fucking covered. So what happens then? That's the problem, right? Is it can just keep mutating, bro.
Why do you get a flu shot every year?
I don't get a flu shot every year.
But people do, right?
People do, for sure. Because they get scared that they're going to get really sick.
But why do you need to get one every year?
To keep your immunity high. I guess. I don't know.
What? To keep your immunity high?
I don't take a flu shot. I don't know what to tell you.
No, you're missing the point. What I'm saying is that the flu virus mutates every year.
Right.
There's always different strains of the flu.
Right.
That's why you're getting different. That's why you get a vaccine, or it's recommended you get a flu shot every seasonal flu season. So that was the point I was trying to make, that you're not wrong that it does mutate and it does turn into something else. My next question is, Do we still wear masks if we're taking vaccines?
Yes.
Why?
Because let's say someone doesn't have the fucking mask, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't gotten the vaccine, myself included. Like, I haven't gotten the vaccine. You don't have the vaccine. A lot of people don't have the vaccine. The only people who can get it right now are health workers, people who work in restaurants now, like food handlers. They have to get it as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple jobs that are becoming available to get the vaccine, but an ordinary citizen like us.
That's a good thought. Hold on to that thought, because I want to talk a little bit about what kind of restrictions will be in place for, like, if it's necessary to have it. But hold on to that thought. So remind me. So we were saying that, I don't totally agree that the whole mask mandate is gonna completely destroy society. I think it's more.
I mean, it won't completely destroy society, but Texas will be fucked.
No,
they're going to find out. It's okay. Let them find out.
Okay, well, the reason, what I think is because if the vaccine is working, eventually we will get a vaccinated society that, hypothetically speaking, right? Because we're talking hypothetically. If everybody got a shot, again, like, are we still wearing masks, or are we? Because that was the comparison I was making, and maybe it's a bit of a weak one if I compare it to the flu virus, because it's not like the flu from what I know, and I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So it's like if it's a virus and we have to get a flu shot every year because it mutates, and if COVID is going to become one of the new checklist shots that you get every year.
I mean, I believe it should be.
Okay, well, I don't know much about, like, what exactly the shot dosage, how the dosages work. I know you have to take 2. Like,
yeah,
to be more effective, I don't know or something
specifically either.
Yeah, so
it sounds like 2 would be correct to be more. I think effective.
To be more effective, like over the course of two weeks.
It's probably like 3 in total. It's probably like the HPV shot, if you've ever gotten
Interesting.
it. Have you had the HPV vaccine?
I think so. I think we get them as young people, as young children.
Well,
like at certain ages, right? I forget exactly.
I wouldn't say young children. It's more of like, I mean, yeah, kind of young children, but also when you become sexually active, males should get it because you're a carrier of HPV. Well, not always, but you are. I believe you are the carrier, and you don't show symptoms of being a carrier. So you give it to a woman, and it destroys them, like, internally. But anyway, so you get 3 shots in total.
Okay. So
the first one fucking hurts like a bitch.
So, getting it is one thing,
right?
But the choice of not getting it is another.
Yeah.
Right? Like, to be able to choose.
Yeah.
And like.
So you're saying that's the same with the mask? Is that what you're saying?
I think that it's appropriate to wear one in places of private business, and not just appropriate. I think businesses are allowed to, if you work for the state and the state mandates that you wear a mask during work hours, then that's you're working for the government. You work for the state.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
But if you're in sort of an independent business and you have protocols, I mean, essentially every place now has protocols when it comes to COVID.
Yes.
Right. You're essentially you're taking precautions so that you don't get other people sick. That's great.
As you should.
As earlier as I was saying, like, about diet and stuff, maybe someone would say, well, I don't have that time or energy to eat a certain way. My lifestyle just works around me working, eating, and coming home. Like, I don't
right. And the American dream.
Maybe the government doesn't do a good enough job of promoting health, right? All you hear is wash your hands, hot water, like, and certain hygiene. But, like, what about eating a certain way? What about, eating your nutrients, getting
right. So this is the thing, right? Like, I agree with you. They clearly don't do a great enough job pushing all that out. But I also feel like that's just common sense, man.
You really think it's common sense?
I think it should be.
And it's not.
I think it should be.
Yeah.
I think it really should be. I mean, we have literally given jobs to, like, nutritionists. Like, nutritionists make so much fucking money. Yep. You would not even understand how much money they make.
And all they tell you to do is eat this and not that.
That's my point.
Exactly. Dude, it's crazy.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why did we allow that to become a job when, I agree to a certain extent, that should have been a government thing.
No, well, look,
I know you're not saying that. I'm just saying that's my take on it.
Yeah.
Which, to a certain extent, we do. If you look for it, if you if you actually look for it, you can find what the government recommends for your diet and all that shit. No, you can. Trust me.
No, I know. Recommend.
I've taken multiple classes on nutrition.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying you don't know what you're talking about. I'm saying like I think that like humans have made it this far, and I think a lot of it has been to like eating to how your body reacts in the environment you grow up in.
Yeah, that's very true.
Maybe your diet revolves around your living situation. Maybe you like are a logger or like a sumo wrestler. Like they have very strict diets about the way they live.
Yeah. But that's also a choice.
A choice in some ways, but in others it's necessary because if you're very high energy, if you have a very high energy job, I would assume you have a very high carb diet, and protein diet.
Yeah.
Sumo wrestlers have this extraordinary, like, large diet.
But they choose to be a sumo wrestler. That's the difference.
You're saying that, yeah. Do you know what this is good, right? The freedom of choice, right? The things we do to put ourselves in that kind of danger.
Yeah.
Right? Like, think about it. You're free. This is good. Like, you're free to go skydiving.
Okay.
You choose to do that.
You do.
We're allowed to do that. You're free to climb a scale a wall with no rope.
Right.
Literally hanging by your fingertips.
Right.
You're allowed to walk into a CVS, grab a couple bottles of alcohol, and kill yourself.
You are.
Okay. As an adult, you have the choice to do these kinds of things, right?
Yes.
Now, the sense of choice, like, do you take it to its full potential? Like when you're doing something, like do you think to yourself, like, for example, something that is federally illegal, like cocaine or heroin.
Right.
The idea that they're illegal because they're dangerous, right?
Okay.
But heroin is morphine, is another form of morphine.
Yeah.
Right. But morphine can be legally prescribed and it's legally used, right?
Yes.
What is stopping you from making an adult decision to say, "Oh, I'm gonna try this," right? That's something that the government says is illegal.
I think that revolves around your environment.
The stigma behind it.
What do you mean?
Like if you've been told something is bad your whole life.
Yeah.
And then you try, like alcohol. When you're a kid, you're told you're not allowed to drink it.
No, hell no. I was fucking. They were putting beers in my mouth. Like, they know. Trust me.
I don't know. I mean, if you're Mexican.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like.
Also, I had wine at like the age of like 10, 11, something like that.
Well, it's, I don't know how early you started drinking, but I bet you didn't like it, or maybe you didn't realize what it was.
Yeah, I think that's more of what it was. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize what it was.
So, like, alcohol is like something that is allowed. You're allowed to. It's legal. You're allowed to drink it. You can drink till you die, and you can, do that. You can choose to do that.
I'm saying more of the heroin, right? Like, when we talk about freedom of choice, it's not just what you're doing to your body or what you're consuming or anything like that. Like, freedom of choice is also your environment. We chose to do this podcast. We didn't have to do this podcast. We chose to do it. I chose to be your friend.
What do you mean you chose? Like, explain.
Like, literally that. I chose to be your friend. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be your friend, and I was lucky enough for you to reciprocate that back. But that it doesn't always go down like that.
What do you mean? What I'm saying? No, I don't know what you mean.
Like, you can want to be someone's friend, right? You can want to choose to be their friend, but they may not want you to be their friend, so then you can't be their friend.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, when it comes to doing drugs or eating certain type of things, like, that's a choice of your environment. It truly is. When you hang out with people that go to the gym all the time, you become a gym person. You become that diet. You become all of that, right? Like, you literally adapt to your environment. That's what being a human is.
I think sometimes that's true. Not all the time.
Okay.
Because I kick it with with you and I'm not successful.
I'm not successful either.
Exactly. No, what I'm saying is...
But that's my point, right? If you kicked it with other people that were successful, you would adapt to that environment.
Choosing to kick it with them, right?
Let me put it this way, right?
So if I choose not to kick it with them, I won't be successful?
I mean, they just say that the environment that you choose will turn into the person that you become. They say that.
Okay, so you think your choice is driven a lot by
your
where you grow up, where
yes.
who you kick it with?
Yes.
Okay, there's some influence, huh?
Not just that, but I also believe that it's also what do you want for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I mean, we have a perfect example. You know,
Which one?
I don't want to say any names, but what happened with our Xbox friend, right? Like there was a altercation between one person, right?
Oh, just a small dispute.
Small dispute. And the choice was to cut everyone else out. But that wasn't because there wasn't any like dislike for anyone else.
But that choice was driven by emotion.
But that choice was also driven by the fact that he felt like that if that's the people that hangs around him, he doesn't want to be putting himself in that environment. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's my point, right?
But when you let your emotions get involved in your decisions, it can sometimes it leads not to the wisest decision, or maybe the most logical one.
Right, and so that's a choice.
Right, it is a choice. Is it a good one? Probably not. Maybe so. Yeah, I see that choosing should be based on a pragmatic way of thinking. Like you should choose within without consulting your feelings. Or maybe,
I mean, I think that's hard because I feel like a lot of our choices are made by our feelings, our emotions, that impulsivity in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, so, because if you're just saying you choose to do something, like somebody doesn't choose to be born a certain way, right?
When you get into that level of it, then yeah, obviously not.
So then at what stage do you have the freedom to choose?
I think when you realize kind of, as long as, okay, look, I think you have the freedom to choose. I mean, it's so subjective because when you say it that way, right, when you're like, oh, well, when you're born this way, you didn't choose to be born that way. You didn't choose to be born into this family, this financial, all that shit, right?
Correct. Yeah, you didn't choose.
And nobody does. But my point is that you choose to either be that poor man or to become that rich man. Like, you do choose that shit. But you do. 100%.
Not everybody has that choice, though.
Yes, you do.
Not everybody.
Yes, you do. That's the fucking problem with today's thinking. You have that choice. You really do, bro. No, I promise you, you do.
So what are you trying to say exactly? That if everybody has that choice to be rich or to be unsuccessful, how do you explain that?
How do you get there?
Well, how would you explain that to somebody like that says you, look,
you choose to go to bed when someone else is working.
You choose, but you need sleep.
You do need sleep.
Yeah, you can't work without sleeping.
But I'm saying though, like how bad, what do they always say in success, right? What did Kobe always say? How bad do you want it?
Interesting.
How bad do you want it?
Okay.
That's what you have to ask yourself at the end of the day. Like,
okay.
You know, yesterday when I was watching that movie that I was telling you about, I was sitting there and I was like, man, I should hikey be studying, but I really need to like relax my brain because I've been studying all day. How bad do I want it? I obviously didn't want it that bad because I chose the movie. It's creating sacrifices, bro. That's a real thing.
That choice was, I mean, it's not that you didn't want it that bad, because it's you yourself, I'm sure, you said you don't like physics, right? You don't like it?
I hate physics.
So,
but I am choosing to get either an A or a fucking C.
Well, you're choosing to take a hard ass class.
Agreed.
Right, you're choosing to follow this endeavor, and you hope that it pays off.
Yes.
Right, but for the people who didn't choose to do that, I wouldn't say that they're making the wrong choice.
I'm not saying they're making the wrong choice either. I'm saying that you live with the choice that you make. At the end of the day, you do.
Well, okay.
Let me put it this way. You hate your fucking job. You don't even want to go to your job, but you go every day.
Okay.
As long as your responsibilities aren't holding you back.
Yeah.
Responsibilities, I literally mean a child. I don't mean anything else.
What do you mean? You have to take care of yourself? You have to take care of your rent?
But I'm saying you can figure all of that out. If you really provide yourself with a plan to figure all of that out, you can do that. Okay. The only responsibility in my eye is a child. And if you have a child, then you don't have a choice, 100%, because you have to always take care of that child. That is what you chose to bring into your life. But I say that, right, because, like this is something I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I was saying that, and they were like, yeah, because I'm someone that I believe, like, sex is just a pleasurable thing. I don't believe sex is for procreation.
Okay.
But a lot of people do. And that's fine.
No, it's actually a fact.
Well, yeah, biology-wise, yes. But I'm just saying, like, when I have sex, I'm not looking to create a fucking child. Like, that's not what I'm looking to do.
I know.
There are people that do that.
Just trying to smash.
Yeah, essentially.
No, that's what it is, right?
Or connect, whatever the fuck.
Connect? What are you, Drake? Getting in your feet and shit?
No, I just think that when you have sex with someone that you care about, you're connecting on a deeper level. So... I don't think that's smashing. If you look at your woman like that, then you might need to look at some shit internally, because I think that's
no, but that's what you're doing. If you don't want to, if you're not looking for a longer lasting connection, because eventually,
but you should be looking for a longer lasting connection with anyone you sleep with. Is the point?
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Like, there are people that you're just sexually attracted to off the bat, and I'm not saying that you have chemistry with them like off tops, right? But I'm just saying that more along the lines like. What we are looking for subconsciously, right? Yeah. Because we're trying to create a child or to reproduce in the end, is that if you are looking for that, then you want to find a deep connection with someone. 100%.
For real, yeah. I mean, obviously, you don't want to just have a child with anybody.
Yeah. Anyways, I mean, I have so many thoughts to the idea of choice, but I do believe that every day you wake up, you have a choice to what you want to do with your day.
Yeah, you do have a choice on how to start your day. Like, there is a level of choice, a freedom. Like, once I think you're right. You're absolutely right that you have a choice on a lot of things you do. Like, the people who choose to use things on their body or like do things to themselves, like, you have that freedom. Yeah. Right. Like, the idea that there's some things that are law, right, that are not choice, right? You don't just...
And I agree with that. There are many things that are law that are not choice, and I think that they're in place because there are people that make bad choices when it comes down to those.
Correct, and they're free to choose to do that.
They are. Right? Yeah. But there's consequences to your choice the same way there's a consequence if you stay at a single job for your whole life and you fucking hate your job and you're not getting anywhere with your job, then you choose to live poor. Like, that shit's a simple fact.
You choose to live poor.
You do. You do.
No, I don't think so.
No, that's stupidity. See, that shit right there is a poor mentality. If you think not, that's a poor mentality.
No, because I think people just are not able to, like, some people are stuck, and it's not because they don't have a choice. It is because they don't have a choice, man. Like, some people don't have that choice. And it's not...
The only time, right, is... Yeah. Like I said, responsibility or...
So there is...
Or people that, like, are illegal immigrants. Because it's a proven fact that illegal immigrants have a much harder time adapting into wherever they move to. So it's a proven fact. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would assume...
Yeah. But my point is, right, is, like, you have a choice. If you're not an illegal immigrant and you live somewhere and you want to go somewhere else, you have that choice to do it. If there's a better opportunity, you take it, right? But if you're like, oh, well, I have family around, right? And this is my point, right? This is what I'm saying. When you take that choice to become a higher level of yourself, a higher version, more financial stability, all of that shit, right? Yeah. There are sacrifices that need to be made. If it comes a day, right, and I'll take no fucking harm to this, no disrespect, but if there comes a day where you're like, yo, honestly, Nick, like, you're not at the level that I thought you would turn out to be. No, this is some real shit, because it happens, I'm telling you this because I'll probably do it the same to you if you're not on that level.
It's possible that people are allowed to do that, yeah.
This is my point, right?
People are allowed to do that, yeah.
If there comes a day that it gets to that point, right, that is my choice to take that sacrifice to leave our friendship behind. Unfortunately, it sucks, right? But there's a reason, bro. There is a complete reason. There's a guide as to why people are successful in life. And obviously that's subjective. Like, what is your idea of success? But mine, truthfully, is a huge, like, I want to be financially fucking blooming. Like, I want to, not because of materialistic, just because I feel like then I did something with my life. Then I made it for my next generations of life. But not everyone, see, but that's the thing, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's not everyone that thinks like that. And that's their choice to not think like that. It's my choice the same way to be like, one day I could be like, yo, I'm gonna just be a bum. Fuck it. Like, I don't gotta work. Why do I gotta work? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are choices that you make. As long as you don't have a responsibility, a child, you're an illegal immigrant. There's a couple of other responsibilities. But as long as you're not facing those, then you have a choice to what you want to do with your life. You really do.
So all these homeless people choose to be homeless?
The majority of them do, yeah. The actual majority of them do.
Okay. Yeah, so there is some
but not
truth
all
to
of
that.
them,
Some
no.
of them do choose to be homeless. Well,
but my point is, right, like, even if they're homeless, they can have a choice to go to get a fucking, there's like literal shelters for homeless people that will literally provide you with a job.
There are a lot of resources.
You know what I'm saying?
To try to bounce back.
And if they don't go to that, what is that? That's their choice that they didn't go to that.
Yeah, that's their choice. Or maybe they're like, they don't have a way to get there. They don't have a
use your fucking feet. What do you mean?
Well, man, hey, like,
this is my point, right? Like, how bad do you want it?
Clearly, they don't want it that bad, because if by that logic, you know, not putting any effort into anything means you're not. I mean, if I'm thinking about it correctly, you know, if nobody is putting any effort into anything to better their lives, to grow, then you want to stay stagnant.
Yeah.
So you're saying people should always choose to grow rather than choose to stay where they're at.
Yes.
Because
that's a great way to put this whole thing. Yes.
Because I don't really agree with the idea that some people choose to stay poor, or like.
And see, that's the thing. That's fine, right? And that's because at the end of the day, it's. I don't know. I mean, there's this whole, I wouldn't say stereotype, but there is this whole like way of living that people are content with. Like, you know, when I first moved into my apartment, literally within 3 days, I was like, dude, the only thing I need is a place to eat, sleep, and shower. And I realized that, like, I'm not as materialistic as I once thought I was. You know what I'm saying? So my next choice in life, right, would be to figure out my financial stability, one, and then two, if I want to live where I want to live, right, which would ultimately be out of the States and to not have to worry about rent and these type of things, I will make that choice.
Why don't you?
But right now, I don't have a choice because I'm not financially stable.
That's what I mean, that you don't have a choice.
And I get that, but that's my choice. It's my choice to not be working right now, bro. That's 100% on me.
No, I meant like, no, that's not it. What I'm saying is, you said that you don't have a choice.
Right.
And that's what I mean. Like, sometimes people don't have a choice. Like, there's just no like it's not as, it doesn't come easy to everybody, because not everybody is competent enough. Like, not everybody can reach the same levels as, or success as you. Like, there's no, not everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It matters your subjective of success.
Yeah.
It's very subjective.
Yeah, because you cannot, I don't believe that everybody is capable of being the best. You know, everybody is capable of being president. I don't believe everybody's capable of that.
You see what the problem with that is, though?
I don't see a problem with that.
There's obviously variables as to why not everybody can be a
right.
president,
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But I'm saying the problem with that is, right, is that we as a society have become okay with that type of thinking, where we're like, I can't be president. Look at fucking Trump. How the fuck did Trump become president, bro?
He was a populist president, very popular. He did a lot of things to try and grow the economy by bringing jobs back to America.
This is when he was president. I'm talking about pre-president. How the fuck did... Because he said, he was like, yo, one day I'm going to be president. He didn't think about anything else. He was just like, I'm gonna be president.
Well, there's more to that because
there is more to that. But my point is that he had the belief that he can do it, and I feel like that's the biggest problem with society nowadays is that people are just content with being in one place, and they're like, okay, you know what? I made it to where I want to make it, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's actually nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
But what's wrong with it is when you believe that there's nowhere else you can go with it. If you accept that you're like, okay, I'm content, then you accept it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right. Of course.
But if you just believe like there's no way at all, like even if I made $1 million tomorrow, I'll never be to my level of success, then that's just stupidity.
No, man, I don't think so. I don't agree.
This
I don't
is
agree.
my problem, right?
Yeah.
This is with the fucking the elites, bro. This is what the elites have put into your mind. They made you believe that you can't be on the fucking top. That's what they have made you believe.
The thing is that
you gotta have ambition, man. You gotta have goals. You gotta have all of it. But if you don't have any of that,
if you don't have any of that, you can get lost. I think that
which is what happens to people, and then they find themselves later on because they come to this realization where they're like, "Oh shit! Like maybe this is my goal this year, right?" Like then they start making goals.
Yeah, make an effort. Make effort something worth doing. Like if it makes you happy doing that effort, then I think that's good. Because the people who are very comfortable at a certain job, like they're good at what they do, and they're not necessarily, monetarily.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my problem, right? It's like I said, it's subjective. At the end of the day, right? My level of success, my choice of success, my belief of success is being financially stable. And that's not everyone's. And I keep going back to this because it's true. That's not everyone's. If they believe that they're successful in the fact that they had a wife, family, kid, whatever, and they lived their life to the fullest extent, and they made their level of success. That's wonderful. As long as they believe that they made all of their level of success, I'm so happy for them. For me, that's just not it. I don't even look. I don't even know if I'll have a child because I feel like I'll make that sacrifice to be more successful than rather have a child. Like but my level of success, not someone else's. My level of success, or my belief of success, not level.
Yeah, it's funny. We've had this discussion before on the RDG show, where, I try really hard, but I'm not good at it, to try to not compare myself to other people.
Right.
And I try to compare myself to who I was before and be a better person.
Yeah.
In that process, I find that I can grow. If like 10 years ago, I was really bad at, communicating or talking, having a conversation. And then, now I realize, I know how to talk better. I know how to put words together better and do, have a better dialogue conversation and things like that. And I'm not comparing myself to somebody who knows way more than me, but I usually do. I'm like, fuck, I wish maybe I act like I know what I'm talking about all the time. But I try not to allow that part of my ego to get in front of genuine curiosity. When I don't understand something, it's easy for my brain to just be like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And then me having like this logical thought of, you should wait and listen to something that you don't understand, and you're
trying to like subcontext me right now? What's going on?
No, it's because what I'm explaining is that I enjoy having a dialogue about something, and then understanding it better, because the freedom of choice is something I thought was really interesting. And right now, the way we talked about how you believe that some people have this choice of, either achieving their success or choosing to not, or just choosing not to at all, right? Yeah. And, maybe at one point in time, I didn't have a goal in mind or an idea.
Right.
But I do agree with you that as young people, we need a goal. We need like some kind of path to follow.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be, maybe we look to ourselves and we're like, okay, what do I want out of life? I want a Ferrari. I want a mansion. I want, a really fine model wife, female.
I just want to believe in something, like that's my point, right? About your level, or not level, but your belief of success. Like if your something is that you want to have a wife, family, and that's it. Like that's your belief. That's all you needed in life, and that's great. But if my belief is that I want to reach what I believe is my highest level of success or financial stability, then great. Like I'm not saying that I'm going to get super lucky and I'm going to make this amount of money. Or
some luck is involved, though.
100%.
A little bit RNG.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's going to go down like that. I'm just saying that what I do every day should be a reflection of the path that I have created or that I want to create.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm lazy, that's on my ass. It's not on anyone else's ass. It's on me.
Yeah.
For people that want to find a wife and family, like, then they go looking for it. Like I'm not saying you need to look for it. I'm just saying that those are variables into it. If you're being lazy, you're being lazy. If you're not, you're not. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. It's
kind of a simple concept. I don't know.
It would simple to most, but I'm sure for those who like have fallen onto hard times, like right now during the pandemic, they just there was no choice to open up the bar and have people come in and things like that. So it's one of those things, like there was just no way to do it, and it does suck because we've evolved now to this COVID thing.
Yeah.
We now all have different behaviors.
Yeah.
Everybody behaves differently. We all like have to find ways to interact with each other without getting close enough that we might infect each other, or to be able to play sports without touching each other. It's like, what now? How do we move forward from here? What do you think?
I think we should discuss that on the next episode.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I want to thank everybody who tunes in every week to the RDG, to this thinking out loud thing we do. Guys, we're having fun here. We love trying to talk and get our thoughts out because we're trying to figure things out that we don't understand.
Always. I mean, obviously, you could tell I get pretty emotional about things.
That's good. Thank you for getting emotional. It tells people that you're being genuine.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm trying to figure out how to communicate better.
Yeah, same. I also
really like try and understand my full thought development.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying it. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you're watching, if you're here this long, then once again, thank you so much for tuning in every Wednesday. Even on the RDG show, there's so many different video varieties that you can look at. But we'll see you next week.
Peace.